The USS Mason is on its way back to Mayport. It has been out to sea for 9 months. And if you've been streaming and you've been watching, you've been seeing some of the family members who are just anxiously awaiting their loved ones. It's always tears. It brings tears. It brings so much joy. But this is the day that they will see their loved ones after 9 months.
9 months, and I know the USS Mason has been involved in some very tense things. When I was looking back on what they had been doing, back in November, just for example, what the USS Mason has been up to, there was a commercial tanker that had put out a distress call and had been overtaken by gunmen. It was the USS Mason that went out there and saved that ship, got a hold of those people. But I mean, you're talking drone strikes in high tense areas, protecting those commercial lines. The US Mason was really out there, and I imagine that the family members who were waiting back here to see them have just got to be so grateful.
Yeah, I know. We heard from retired Navy Admiral Robert Natter, who said when people are shooting at you, you come home with a lot more satisfaction of having survived and prevailed against the enemy, and certainly very pleased and happy that you are alive. So they are looking great right there. They are about to get off of the USS Mason to the arms of loved ones who at this point, they see them and both ways. To give a little more insight, the Mason was part of a Navy strike group that came under a lot of fire in the Middle East, destroying more than 22 Houthi targets in Yemen and 5 Iranian launch medium-range ballistic missiles. So more about the ship. It is a guided missile destroyer armed with torpedoes, a mounted gun, defense missiles, and a defense system. It's an amazing time right now. They were out there for 9 months, and probably a little unexpected because they didn't know that they were going to be needed. But it was the USS Carney that was under attack. And so the USS Mason was like, we got this. We're going to come and swoop in and kind of help navigate this kind of dangerous situation.
I think we're probably all guilty of it, just being here on the States and then them being out there and serving, how dangerous that is. Wherever they were protecting out there in the Red Sea was a high tense area. Those commercial ships were very important to supplies, so those Houthis, they did not want that to happen, so that puts the USS Mason and all these other ships in such a dangerous place.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see these guys just sitting up there waiting to come down and get greeted by family. I can't imagine what that's like, being gone 9 months.
This is always the painful moment for me, I feel like, because it does take them a minute to walk down that gangway and get into the arms of their loved ones. They always stand kind of stoically at this point. Their probably hearts are jumping out their chest, ready to see their loved ones, because 9 months is a long time. And when you talk to some of those family members, and especially if it's maybe a husband or a wife that's been holding down the ship, you know, they come home, they want to reunite, but then they want a break. You know, for 9 months, you know, this person has been in charge of a household that is usually a shared household. So it's an adjustment period, you know, when they come home. But what I love about it, and I've done some stories with military spouses, is there is a network of people who really work with them and help them and make sure that they are taken care of and that they are in good hands while their loved one is away. Brianna Andrews is there. And Brianna, what has been so fun watching you on this live stream is that you have had the cutest families who are just so excited to see their loved ones, which now they're getting their first glimpse.
Oh my gosh, Melanie, this is just so amazing to be out here. People are so happy, so emotional, so excited to see their loved ones. I want to show you who we have over here. Make some noise for your loved ones. Listen, they put so much work into crafting this sign. She's waiting here for her husband. Tell me about how much effort you put into this sign here.
Girl, Canva, going there, I was on there for a day trying to get this together, and then literally had to go pick it up at Walgreens today.
Oh my God, I love it so much. She hasn't seen her husband, as you guys know, for close to a year now. I mean, I know that's not easy at all. What's the first thing you want to do when you see him?
Hug him, hug and squeeze him.
I love it so much. Now we have some more families over here, like this little girl who's waiting for her daddy. She's a little shy right now. Anything you want to say to your daddy?
Yeah.
You want to say hi to him? Aww. Well, in a few seconds, she's actually going to be able to say hi, and we're going to make sure we capture that moment. But people are just so ready for them to get off the ship. We're excited. We cannot wait for this. And I'm going to send it back to you guys. We're going to have all of this and so much more. Make sure you stick with us.
Brianna, we are not letting you go because you have all the action. Can you have Jessie just pan so we can see all the people who are waiting there?
Yeah.
I mean, that little girl is so cute, saying she's going to see her dad.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
We'll make sure to keep
Oh,
you
it
guys
looks like
in the
they're
loop.
getting pretty close here.
So Brianna, you've covered these before, right? Have you been out here when they've come home?
Oh my gosh, yes. I've been to so many of these and it never gets old. It makes you, number one, just be grateful for, what you have going on in your own life and also for the sacrifices that our service members make for us. But it is just so incredible to see these people get reunited with their loved ones. It kind of makes you emotional too. So I'm just so grateful to be here and I'm excited to witness this myself.
So walk us through what typically happens in this moment, because we see the loved ones getting closer to the ship. That probably means any minute, right? Do we think any minute, or is there anything that could get in the way of this moment?
We think any minute now. You see how they have these gates up, kind of these steps, and any second now, these sailors are going to come down those steps and immediately hug and kiss their loved ones. We see people cry. Oftentimes there's always someone who has a baby, so the baby's meeting the dad or the mom, well, the dad for the first time, of course. So that's also a really special moment that has happened time and time again over here. But it's always just really emotional. Can you imagine, not seeing a person you love for nearly a year? That is not easy. So that's really what this is all about. People come out here so early in the morning in the hot heat with signs, just waiting to be reunited with that person that they love so much. So it's a really amazing feeling, and it's incredible to witness it.
So, Brianna, are they going to lower that bridge that's coming off the boat? Having seen so many of these, how does that physically look when they get off?
So I'm going to have Jesse pan a little bit to the right so you can see it here and give you a better look. So all they do is they come right off onto the ramp and then down those stairs, and just like that, it's simple. They don't have to lower anything. They got everything set up. So it's pretty simple, and it happens pretty quickly. We're actually seeing it now live in action.
Oh.
He has some flowers we're expecting. That's going to be for his lady, so we'll see.
I don't
You guys are
know
getting it
the
right
order.
now.
But you wonder who gets that first foot on ground. Maybe that's the captain. I do believe that. So I think they see their loved one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I always
Everybody's sharing
feel,
over here.
Brianna, I always feel
Everybody's
like we're cheating a little bit. Like we're in the lives of people who are having such a private moment. But look at them. I mean, they're just giddy with excitement.
Yeah, he was jumping up and down.
I'm telling you, if you guys were out here, you would feel the love. You would feel the gratitude. The energy out here is unmatched. You can tell people miss their loved ones so much. So this moment means everything, and you can feel it the second that you're out here in this crowd. I'm telling you.
And just for the perspective, they're excited now, but I can imagine there were months of moments when they were extremely nervous, hoping their loved one would be safe. We know the Mason was part of that Navy strike group, and during that time, they came under a lot of fire in the Middle East, destroying, again, more than 22 Houthi targets in Yemen and 5 Iranian launch medium-range ballistic missiles. So, we can't forget the sacrifice. We can't forget that sometimes people don't come home, to their loved ones. But this is a very exciting moment. Wondering where they got those flowers.
I know, right? And to add to that, Mel, they got a combat action ribbon.
No, they've definitely been prepping for this day. I mean, I've spoken to some families about what you just touched on, Mel. That's also why people are so grateful. That's why the energy is so amazing out here, because of all of those possibilities, all those factors of their loved ones possibly not making it, doing such a dangerous mission. So this moment means everything for that exact reason.
Yeah, as I was mentioning, between October and April, they got a combat action ribbon, which just very simply means they were in some kind of form of combat. And we know that they were. And I'm sure that is just absolute relief as he's pumping his fists coming off there. That was a good question. I wonder where they're getting these flowers.
I know. They were set. They are ready.
Yeah, they did them right.
When you have a loved one that's been holding down the fort, the least you can do is
Bring some flowers.
give them some flowers. I always say this is such a special day, for families to be reunited, Brianna. But after a couple days, I'm sure whoever's on the ground is like, okay, I need a night out, with or without you, but not with the kids. I need just a moment where I can kind of get grounded again and welcome you back home properly.
Yeah, Mel and John, some of the families I've been speaking to, they said one of the things that they miss most about their loved one is just seeing their face, physically having their presence. So I'm sure some parents are like, you know what, we're going to have date night, we're going to go out, we're going to just be together, because all those moments that we might take for granted in our everyday lives, you know, for close to a year, these families went without. So immediately, I'm sure that's going to be one of the first things that they're going to do, just to enjoy that quality time, you know?
Speak then, Brianna, about just like what it is like to have space as a family, because I'm sure there are so many people outside of family too who want to talk to them, but just creating that space for the family to spend time together, how important that is.
Oh, absolutely, John. I'm sure there's like some grandparents that are in the coordination to make sure that the parents have some alone time. I know that little girl that we showed you there, she is really excited to see her dad, but also her mom, his wife, is super excited to see her husband. She is the one who specifically mentioned to me that she just missed seeing his face. So I already know she has grandma already going to hook things up for them and make sure that they have some alone time just to, you know, enjoy that quality time that they've missed for almost a year now.
And I think we have to point out, you know, men and women on board, you know, so it looks like now they're letting the bulk of them out. You got the first ones off, and now is when the magic happens, when they make their way down those stairs. Everyone likely has someone representing in that crowd. Anybody you want to bug that you're nearby and maybe see what they're thinking right now, as they know they are just seconds from saying hello to their loved one?
Yeah, let's see who I can find. Hey, good morning. Do you have a few seconds to talk about how you're feeling right now in this moment? What's your name?
Sure. I'm not really related to anyone here, so, but yeah, this is great. It's awesome. It's super emotional seeing everyone reunited. So, yeah.
Who are you here for?
My boyfriend's brother, David.
Your boyfriend's family?
Yeah.
Okay, you said it's your boyfriend's brother?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how big of the moment is this for your boyfriend?
Pretty big. He's been missing his brother a lot. They didn't really get to talk much, so he's super excited.
They're here for emotional support.
Yes, pretty much.
I love that so much.
Is that her brother? Is that the boyfriend behind? Yeah, there he is.
Your brother, I know. Yeah. What's your name?
My name's Matthew.
All right, Matthew. It's been close to a year since you've seen your brother.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
What is going through your head right now that you're about to see him?
I'm just psyched to see him. I know he's been doing a lot, and it's been a lot for him to be out there. And yeah, I know he's happy to be home.
You know, most people are annoyed of their siblings, but I think the heart grows fonder when you don't see them.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you miss? What did you miss most about him?
Honestly, just like, yeah, pretty much everything.
Oh, right. We're getting to see the slide. There we go. We get to see the reunion in real time.
Bro, you got some colors.
Oh my goodness, we love this. We are so grateful that we got to see this in real time. Everyone is so emotional, as you guys can see.
He's got to give a lot of hugs, Brianna. Everyone came out. I love it.
I know. That's why I'm trying to give them some space before I go and interrupt. Because of course I want to talk to the brother again, but
Yeah, we'll let this breathe.
Each other in close to
Don't
a
feel
year.
rushed. Let them have their moment. I think this is real special. So just to watch it. No words are needed.
That's special.
Brianna, go see who else you can get. You and Jesse walk around. This is great.
Let's see who we can find.
I wonder what it's like right just over there at the bottom of those stairs.
Hi, I see you're
It's
holding
probably-
a sign. Who are you here for?
Him.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Hey, Jesse, follow me over here. So we have another family. They're about to see their loved one. We're watching this also in real time. They're right here holding signs.
Let's follow this gentleman.
Oh my gosh. Tell me who's on that sign.
That's my son, Skylar Matthew, as a baby. And then
my God, that's him as a
middle
baby?
school, And then him now.
And there he is.
Aww.
Another family reunited. This is so beautiful.
Oh, I love that. They are jumping up and down.
I hope you guys noticed the sign. It was of his son, who was the sailor, as a baby, then in middle school, and then as an adult. So people are really creative, I have to tell you.
Brianna, I love it. He is literally giddy with excitement, jumping up and down. Wow.
Look at the baby's face. That's awesome. I'm sure it's tough to let go after
We're kind of
having
giving
not seen
people
them for
some
so long.
moments. You know, they haven't seen each other.
You guys are doing great. Tell Jesse kudos, because it is hard because you do want to give people their space. But it's also really special. And as a person who loves our military, knows that we're a military town, this is a really special moment for our viewers to partake in and say thank you. Thank you for their service, their sacrifice. They go in and they're so brave, during this time. All right, Brianna, we're going to go to a quick break. We're going to give you 2 minutes. That's all you got. So you guys figure out where you're going to go to give us the best pictures, because we're going to check back in with you right after a short break. Thank you so much to both of you all bringing us those pictures.
Yeah, what do you think of that? That was amazing.
Oh, it is. I mean, it doesn't matter how many times you see it, and we say this all the time. It really, truly touches your heart.
Yeah.
Because you know what it's like to miss someone.
I'll bet it was a long wait, too, when they found out that they were coming home. And then there's that journey across the sea.
Yeah.
And it just plays out like that. We've been anticipating it all day, but to actually see it live in action.
It's so cool.
That is something. I've never covered anything like that before.
Oh, it's coming.
So
You're in Jacksonville now.
I'm a little jealous of Brianna, because that is a very powerful thing, very moving.
Yeah, you'll get your chance. All right, well, we will be right back after the break. We're going to reset, let Brianna breathe a minute and find us some more folks that we can definitely say thank you to and welcome home. We'll be right back. All right, well, we have welcomed back the USS Mason. Hundreds of men and women who were on board this ship are back home. We left, we had a 2-minute break, sorry about that, but we had to pay some bills. But we're gonna go back live out to Mayport, where there is just pure joy everywhere we turn.
Yeah, it's so nice to see these servicemen and women getting off and giving hugs like you're seeing there. Family who have waited 9 months, almost a year. They told us that sign took them almost a day to make, and they picked it up this morning. So it's nice to see that right there.
Brianna, I know you're out there. You saw them get reunited. Big reaction for the sign. How did that go?
Oh my God, it was so beautiful. I'm actually going to see if I can try to speak to one of them. I wanted to give them a moment to get their hugs, and I think they're ready to speak with us. So I'm going to go over here and say hello. Hi, you guys. Hi. We've been speaking to your family earlier, and they are so excited that you're home. How does it feel to be home?
Feels great. Feels amazing, honestly. Feels like a big relief.
Really?
Yeah.
You know your wife made that sign for you, right? What do you think about it?
I think it's awesome. I think it's great, honestly. I didn't even think it was going to be like this, but this is awesome.
So now that you're home, what is the first thing that you want to do as soon as you get back?
Brianna, you might not need to ask that question.
Get some food, something to eat, get out of this.
Okay.
Relax.
Okay, see, it's a fair question. All right, my last question so you guys can go and enjoy. How much did you miss your family while you were out overseas?
Words can't explain. Words can't explain. I missed them a lot, honestly. It's been a journey. It's been a long time coming.
Well, thank you so much for your service. Can I have your name?
My name is Nathan Cox.
Thank you so much, Nathan. We appreciate it. Enjoy this time with your family. I know you definitely earned it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's just one example of just the families that have been waiting out here for hours, waiting to see their loved ones. You know, this is such a personal moment. So, you know, we want to give them time to enjoy this. But, you know, we do want to ask some questions. Just when you haven't seen your loved one for almost a year,
You're
you know,
so
we want to
sweet.
know. We want to know the details.
Brianna,
so.
you are so sweet. If I was out there, I would want you to come up to me. So just know, you're kind of staying back. You're giving them a little space. Gosh, for folks who are still waiting, they must be going nuts.
I'm sure, but for the most part, I'm going to let Jesse kind of do a pan so you guys can see kind of the whole crowd. It looks like everybody, for the most part, has found their loved one, but there are still sailors coming off the ship, so it's not every single person. But if you look into the crowd, you see a bunch of sailors here with their loved ones. Yeah, some are going on as well.
I wonder if they're getting like a tour
Maybe
or
to
something.
show their loved ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, look at that. Go over there. Go over there.
Something like that.
Go tell Jesse to go where he was just zooming in, because you could see that there was one family that's just excited.
Head east.
Oh yeah, we're gonna find that family. There's a whole bunch of families that are super
Here we
excited.
go.
You guys are over here. Hi, what's your name?
FCA 2 McGarry.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much for your service, first of all. How does it feel to finally be home?
It feels amazing. I'm happy to be home, back on dry land with my family and loved ones.
You know, we appreciate you for so much that you have done overseas. Was there any moment where you questioned, you know, am I going to make it back safely?
Never. My faith kept me strong, and the prayers my family told me they were praying for me kept me strong. And that's all. And all I can do is thank God for keeping me safe.
And we are so happy that you guys are reunited. I see you guys are all wearing shirts. Are you the mom? How does it feel to have your son home?
It feels good to have him home. I'm just proud of him for, you know, taking that leave. His grandfather was in the military. His grandparents on his dad's side were military. So it's a great honor and privilege for him to be here and come home.
Absolutely. And he has accomplished so much. I'm sure you are so proud.
Oh, God, yes, I am. I'm so proud of my baby. I'm so glad he's home, and I can't wait for his next endeavors.
I know you seem relieved, and I love that. So you guys have any plans to go out to eat, go bowling, anything like that?
Probably go get something to eat.
Definitely go get something to eat.
What's your favorite spot?
Texas Roadhouse.
Okay. I can see that. You're going to bring the whole fam. And now, is this grandma here?
Yeah, Grandma.
How are you feeling now that your grandbaby's
I
home?
feel so proud of him. So proud. I've been a Navy wife for 20 years. My husband retired. So this is like coming home for me, because I'm always down here wishing them to come home and waiting for them to come home. So I'm really excited and proud of him. So it's exciting.
I'm sure you guys were counting down the days. What did that feel like?
It was nerve-wracking when my husband was in. We never had cell phones, emails. We didn't have, you know, the TV, all the news and everything. So that's what made me more anxious with him, because of the news, of everything that was happening in the news and stuff. So it was a little frustrating, upsetting, and nerve-wracking. But we have faith in God, and we knew He was going to bring him home. So
We are so happy that he's home and reunited with you guys. Thank you again for all that you've done. Enjoy Texas Roadhouse. You deserve it. Thank you, guys.
Right, Brianna?
I'll bet all the Texas Roadhouse are going to be
Oh,
full.
yeah. But this is what we've been seeing all morning long, just families being reunited. You know, prayers have been going on. It's not easy having your loved one overseas. So people are just really glad to just be back together. And it's just been so beautiful to watch this.
So do you know what happens next? Because from what we can tell, and I'm not sure how much information they gave you, but like you were noting, it looks like maybe some family members are going on board, getting some kind of tour. How do you think this will go on this morning?
They haven't given us too much information, but I'm going to have Jesse point to the stairs so you guys can kind of see in real time the family kind of going into their quarters. I'm sure they're giving them a tour because for the most part, I'm sure most of them have no idea what the inside of the ship looks like. So, you know, when you're away for this long, you want to show your family how you were living, how you were set up, all the photos that are inside, all the cool things that you've done. So that's what we're expecting to see right now. But usually after this, families slowly start to head out. You know, they go to their restaurant, they go to wherever they want to go and just enjoy each other's company. And you can start to see it starting to get a little empty around here. So they're like, listen, we've had enough being in the sun. We want to go. We want to go in some AC to enjoy each other's company. And that's really the tradition every single year that I've covered this so far.
Will you ask the family right behind you if they've seen their loved one yet, or are they still waiting? It's right behind you, the lady in the blue shirt. Are they waiting?
Hey, good morning. Are you guys still waiting for your loved one? Okay.
Make us wait till the bitter end.
He's making you guys wait. What's his name?
Griffin Alloy.
How much do you miss him?
A lot. More than anything, but he was off doing what he needed to do.
And I'm sure, is he a relative of yours? Or?
My son.
Oh my God, so I'm sure as a mom you've been kind of just waiting for this moment. Tell me about that. Walk me through those emotions.
Waiting for the homecoming just the whole time. It was kind of scary at times, but beyond proud. Beyond proud.
Are you feeling right now in this moment a little anxious, a little nervous? Tell me about
Right
that.
now I'm dying of heat because I want him to hurry up and come off this ship. Saving the best for last. Saving the best for last.
So what are your plans as soon as he gets off the ship?
Up to him.
Yeah, whatever he wants to do. Yeah.
What does he like to do? What kind of guy is he? Talk to me about him. Are you dad?
Stepdad.
Stepdad? Tell me about him.
He loves music. He loves performing.
Okay.
So it probably kept him busy on there. I know they had some bands going on the ship, so to keep all the guys busy. So.
What do you guys think he'll choose when he comes off the ship?
Probably to get out of his clothes, take a shower, and relax, maybe.
Get some food.
Okay, get some food. What restaurant are you?
I know what he's looking forward to at some point, and it's going to be a Japanese Sakura type restaurant.
Okay, he has good taste. All right, we like that.
That's his favorite.
And are you grandma over here?
I'm the grandma.
How are you feeling?
I'm doing better now. I was crying the whole time the ship was coming in. The tears were running down my face.
Any message you want to say to your grandson?
I'm so glad he's home.
Well, thank you guys so much. I know he'll be coming off any second. Well, this is just what we've been seeing all morning long. Again, families reunited after almost a year. So you can imagine they're going through every single emotion, from nervousness to anxiety to excitement to just being happy and sad, all of the above, you know. So it's really special to be able to be here on the grounds witnessing this in real time and witnessing this with you guys as well.
All right, and we do just want to, Brianna, great job, by the way. I love it. Don't go anywhere. Don't go too far, though, because I think we are going to try to check in with you again. And, you know, we do just want to remind people what the ship was doing. As you heard a lot of family members who are saying how relieved they are that they made it home. It was the USS Mason, a guided missile destroyer armed with torpedoes, mounted guns, missiles, and a defense system. But they were going out because there was another ship that was being attacked by Houthi rebels. So, right. I mean, this was a decision they had to make very quickly to send them out to offer the support. There were times when they were in combat, making sure that everybody was safe. Ultimately, though, no one was injured on either ship. So you had the USS Carney working with the Mason, a 7-month deployment for them, the Carney then also out there, and then the Mason going out. So, you know, imagine getting that call. You know, you were going into combat to protect another ship. And I think that's why, there's so much nervousness, but relief now that they are back on ground.
I think the touch too, I think it was the mother or maybe the grandmother who was like, back when I was a Navy wife, it still is, it was hard because there wasn't the news. And now, even now, I'm sure that's tense to see where the USS Mason was, where a lot of the national news and even us are pointing to where these things are going on, and just not being able to have contact. It's like you're so close maybe,
right,
but still having no contact. And to mention, I believe that the tanker that they were responding to got boarded by some rebels. So that's high tense stuff. They get a combat ribbon, which simply means that you saw some combat. So the USS Mason was in the thick of it, and I'm sure for the families, this is relieving, but that had to be tense for months.
Yeah, let me get some direction just from the control room if we are going to go to Path to the Pole. So I know that there are folks on the stream who are waiting for that. If we're going to stick with the USS Mason headed home, if we could go back to Brianna's camera, if we could, because of course she's got all the action. You guys don't want to look at us. So if she's still up, we're going to go to her. So Brianna, any chance, is that the family, right?
Is Griffin back yet?
Yeah, is he back? We need to see him.
He's not back yet. We're still waiting. We are still waiting for him. They're not the only ones. There's some people over here still holding signs, like this lady to the right of me, Jesse. I want to show you that lady that's holding a sign over there. She's still holding it down on her own, waiting for her loved one. So they're not alone over here. But as soon as he comes down, we of course would love to capture it, but it just takes some time for some people.
Well, maybe we can go visit with her. I'm trying to read that sign. It looks like she's looking for someone named Kate.
Yeah, we could be a distraction, Brianna. Tell her you're going to be her biggest distraction while she waits for her loved one to come down.
Let me walk over to her. We're going to walk over to her and keep her some company. Let's see if she's willing to kind of chat with us a little bit.
Her arms must
Hi,
be
good
tired.
morning. What's your name?
Adele.
Hi, Adele. Who are you waiting for?
My son, Michael Cates. He's usually the last one out of anywhere.
He's always last?
He's always last one off.
Why? Why is that?
It started in marching band, I think. He had to make sure everybody was okay first.
Well, that just shows he's a good person.
Amazing person.
What do you miss the most about your son?
Oh, he's my sweet baby. He has a great sense of humor. There he is! Hey, bud!
Oh, there he is. Let's see if we can see him. Waving to his mom. You're just waiting for him to get off the ship. How does it feel? That was your first look, kind of, to see him.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much for catching it.
Yeah. I mean, what is going through your head right now? You got to see your baby boy, but he's not here yet.
Lay hands on him and smush him and kiss him and show him he needs to meet his nephew for the first time.
His nephew for his first time?
Yeah, he caught it on camera.
Wow. So who gave birth?
My daughter.
Yeah.
She was running around here looking for him. She actually found him at boot camp too, and he was the last one to be found.
Oh,
and so yeah, she's had a baby since then, and they need to meet. He needs to meet his Uncle Michael.
Oh my God, so is the whole family out here?
Yeah, well, just about. Everybody else is off base. We only have room for so many people.
Okay, but you guys have been hanging out here in the sun because it's important to you.
Oh, yes.
What is your favorite thing about your son?
Definitely his sense of humor. He gets it from me. No.
Yeah, I can see even now, you're like, hey, where are you? And he's just like, hey, Mom, waving up there. Who do we have over here?
This is my mom, Nancy.
Okay, so your grandma.
I'm grandma, yeah.
So you were Navy too?
Yes, ma'am.
So what does this moment mean to you?
It's wonderful. I love it. I'm so proud of all the kids that serve. It makes me want to cry.
I can see this is an emotional moment. They're following in your footsteps.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
It means that we still have a patriotic family, and I think more families need to instill that in their children.
Yeah, and look, there he is. He's here.
Oh, my little Scooter.
Yes, this moment finally is here. And there's his nephew. They're meeting for the first time, by the way. Oh my goodness. What an incredible moment. So you guys are witnessing Michael meet his nephew for the first time. His whole family's here. Everybody's excited. You know, hey, I'm Brianna. Michael, I heard so much about you, so many amazing things. Your mom said that you were always late. Why is that?
Always late? I'm not sure how true that is. Because, I always want to be early, but, sometimes we have other responsibilities. But, we do the best we can, and we try to do better next time.
Well, I want to thank you so much for your service. How does it feel to finally be home?
It feels great. I'm already very relieved. The adrenaline's rushing out of me right now, so I'm getting kind of tired myself. But, yeah, I'm just ready to relax, hang out with my family.
Are you going to get anything to eat when you're out?
Yeah, I was thinking of getting some, Asian food, maybe some Mexican.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. Enjoy.
Thank you, too.
Thank you.
An idea of how old some of these servicemen and women are getting off, because he looked maybe just above 21. I mean, these guys look young.
I mean, definitely some of them are anywhere between 20s to 40s, different ages across the board. But one thing that is consistent is the excitement when they see their family members after close to a year. It's just incredible to witness. I cannot stress that enough, you guys. I mean, if you were here, I hope you guys can actually see it and feel it through the stream, but it is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I mean, and you think about what they did. I mean, these were rebels from Yemen who overnight launched a barrage of missiles and drones toward passing ships in the Red Sea. And they sent out this Mayport-based guided missile destroyer, the USS Mason, to help fend off of those attacks. In fact, the government's saying this is the biggest attack on the Red Sea since the Israel-Hamas war began. So this was a very important mission. It could have gone south, but instead they got in there, they did what they needed to do, and they made it back home. So I know these families have just been concerned, maybe a little worried, and I know there's really good communication, letting people know that they are safe and kind of whatever kind of update they can give to families here back at home. So they knew that they were doing, but every day, Brianna, I'm sure you're thinking, I hope that things went well today. I hope that I'll see this loved one in the time that I expect to.
Absolutely, and that's why so many of the families that we spoke to have gotten so emotional when we brought that up. They're just so excited and so grateful for this moment. We're just watching another family reunite in real time. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. So excited, the gratitude, just knowing that, their loved ones are safe and home and finally back with them. So that's just what we've been seeing all morning.
Had time to do that.
Listen, they walk so fast.
I was like, they were gone.
John.
Oh, look at this, handing out flowers to everybody.
Yes.
Ask him where he got those flowers.
Another family being
give them
reunited.
I'll mess with them yet. Let them have a moment.
That's a statue right there.
Aww.
This is beautiful.
I'd be curious if you're able to talk to, it looks like maybe mom, and ask her what she's thinking now that maybe dad and her husband is home to help with the family. Because that is one thing, whenever you talk to the folks who are kind of left behind, that is a lot, to take on when you're used to having maybe someone help with pickup and help with just disciplining the kids, making sure everybody's on target. When you are left at home, you become the only parent during that deployment.
Yeah, we can definitely try to speak to some of the moms out here that are kind of still waiting. I'm going to go see if I can find some more, because at this point, people have been out here for hours, Mel and John. So when I tell you they're seeing their loved one and they're getting right out of here, they are leaving within 30 seconds. But I'm going to see if I can find some more families that are out here. Hi, good morning, you guys. Who are you guys here for?
My brother.
Okay, you're here for your brother. How long have you guys been waiting out here this morning?
Over 2 hours.
Oh my goodness. And what's your name, by the way?
My name is Sarah.
Sarah, I'm Brianna. So tell me who you have here with you as you wait for your brother.
So I have all of my children, my husband, and just the whole crew.
How excited are you to see your brother?
I'm extremely excited, but I think his son is probably way more excited than I am.
Oh, really? Where's his son?
Right behind me. Yeah, we came from Oklahoma. He's been living with us while his dad's been deployed. So.
Oh, really? Are you excited to see Dad?
Yes.
What's your name?
Joseph.
Hey, Joseph. What did you miss most about Dad?
Just seeing. I've got to see him for most of my childhood, and it's really exciting to see him.
You gonna have some quality time together when he comes?
Yes.
What do you guys like to do to bond? Just hang out. Any message you want to say to Dad before he gets off the ship?
We love you, Dad. Hopefully you'll get home safe on the 22nd.
Yes. All right, thank you guys so much. Well, there you have it. Another family just waiting for their loved one, feeling relieved that they're almost here. They're still kind of waiting, been here for over 2 hours, which is why I was saying some families are coming and just going at this point, but still, it is incredible nonetheless.
Brianna, tell me how you're feeling right now. I mean, to be out there, you're doing good, because I'm watching, and just watching is making me almost tear up. How are you feeling?
You know, I'm doing good, and there's like a sense of gratitude, because I just feel like, you know, service members sacrifice so much, and I just am so grateful for all that they do, and I'm grateful for even the people in my life. I can imagine not seeing, you know, my husband or a sister or any loved one for over a year. And I not over a year, but close to a year, and there's nothing I can really do about it except for maybe call them and maybe try to FaceTime. But honestly, I'm just so appreciative to be out here, so appreciative that people are allowing us to see such a personal moment into their lives. So this is really just an incredible feeling, and I hope you guys can feel it as well.
Is there any way you could flip around? You guys are doing great. Can we have Jesse flip around just to see what we're looking at right now? How many people are left out there?
Yeah, there's not too many people, as you can see here. A lot of people left for the most part. There's only about a handful of people, I'd say maybe 50 or so, which can sound like a lot, but there were hundreds of people out here earlier this morning when you guys first checked in with us.
Special moments right there.
Yeah, it's an adjustment, you know, when you come back, getting regular life after spending time on the water. You know, one of the people talked about and said the first thing you have to get used to is your boss who didn't go with you. So whether it be your husband or your wife or a loved one, you know, this is the person that's been holding it down, taking care of the family. And now you're kind of walking back in, and you have to do that delicately sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it's a partnership. It's a sacrifice for the people who are here at home. Of course, a sacrifice for you to go out in uncertain times. And so now is that kind of adjustment period.
I think too,
it's back to work.
I'm sorry, Mel.
Yeah, no, please.
I think too that especially when you're coming home and you're trying to divide that time equally amongst people, and now you're meeting new people in your life you've never met that want your attention.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure it can be a great challenge in a good way to find all that time. And I don't know, I think back to that moment where the dad was grabbing his son's face. That was just so powerful to me. I can't imagine what it's like for a father to see his son. I'm sure the mother too, but that just spoke to me in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think it does for all of us. I mean, these are the homecomings that, you know, people live for, these moments when you're back and, you know, you get to see maybe a newborn baby or children you had to leave.
Look at Ash. What's up, Ash? Thank you. See if we can bring Ash in. He looks like a character.
I'm curious, and to your point, John, you know, talking about age, these are clearly young sailors. I wonder if some of them, this was their first deployment.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's see if we can flip around.
Thank you very much. Give me a lot of chances.
It's like the last of them hopping off there.
You know, retired U.S. Navy Admiral Robert Natter said that at some point you got to draw a line and say, stop shooting at us. And that is when the USS Mason went out there. The attacks had been happening, and they had to show force as our military and say, hey, we're going to go out and we are going to deflect any type of attack that is happening, and we're going to show up in force. And these are the sailors, men and women, who did that job. And, you know, they actually, like you said, are getting a combat medal because of what they had to do. You know, some people may never go into combat. And when you get that call, and very quickly you have to go out and leave your family and leave your friends and do what you got to do for this country. You know, that's what they got in this business. That's what they got in the military to do.
Yeah, they did it. They answered that call and immediately went into danger. I mean, this is, again, one of the first times I'm getting to see this live, and it is truly special. And I can't imagine, especially if you're so young, getting that call, to know that you're going into action, and then not just knowing it, then actually going to the action. And they look like they just handled it, and they brought it home well. That's sweet to see.
Gosh, must be hard to be the last family members.
Right.
You're like, are they? I know they're on there. I know they're on there.
That was very special. Very, very special.
All right. Well, Brianna, thank you so much. We're going to continue to stream what we do have on news4jax.com. Really nice to be able to share this moment with you, John. And,
yeah, likewise.
Yeah, and congratulations and thank you for your service. And families, we're going to get out of your lives and let you have some private time
Absolutely.
during
Thank
this time
you for
period.
everything that you guys have done.
Yeah, thank you for your service.